Welcome back to Toronto, and
Thank you.
great to see you as always. Congratulations on this. It was really amazing. And Robert, let's just start with you. Were you just a wee bit freaked out when you looked at the script and realized, oh, I'm going to be in every scene. This guy doesn't want to rehearse. Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, but only up until the first day. Dave was pretty confident in his filmmaking abilities, and so it's kind of, you kind of know, even no matter how much you're freaking out before you start shooting, you're like, well, there must be some kind of method to this.
It's a delusion, but it works. It's great.
Well, there has to be a method to his madness. I mean, seriously. You had to have been a big fan.
No, definitely. Yeah, I definitely was. And but this again is kind of, it's not, people. It's not a typical movie. I mean, this is, I know everyone was saying about Dangerous Methods, saying it's not really a Cronenberg movie, and I think this is more along those lines than people. I remember when the trailer came out, it's like, oh, it's going back to your old ways and stuff, and I don't necessarily think that. I mean, it's still. But in a lot of ways, massively different to Dangerous Method as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. David, what was it in Robert that you saw, that you said to yourself, he can really pull this off?
Cheap and available. The two main things that you look for in an actor.
Cheap? Are you kidding?
Just
really?
in my
yeah, actually, because seriously, when you're doing a movie like Cosmopolis, all the actors know that it's not a huge Hollywood movie, and you don't actually get paid what you get, and I don't either.
It's only 40 mil. The bargain.
It's not vampire money, but it's pretty good. Yeah.
So but I mean, that's part of the game. You're doing it for other. Money is nice, but you're doing it for other reasons as well. And that it's interesting. It's more interesting usually than a movie that costs $200 million. The higher your budget, the more conservative you have to be, and the more banal and boring, frankly. So this was not that. This was low budget and really interesting and challenging, and based on a fantastic novel by a wonderful American writer, Don DeLillo.
What impressed you about him when you started working with him?
Yeah.
What was it that just you're like, wow, I made a good choice?
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, you do your homework. As a director, you have your routine, you have your techniques for trying to suss out whether an actor is right for a role, and whether you'd like to work together or not, and how that's going to work. And so, weirdly enough, I've said this before, you can go on YouTube and you look at interviews that the actor does, which is something that we didn't have available to us in the past, but we do now. And you get a feel for, how seriously does this actor take himself, artistically, but also in terms of ego. Is he funny? Does he have a sense of humor? All of those things that normally you'd have to spend a lot of time getting to the actor, physically meeting with the actor and spending time with them, which sometimes doesn't work out very well, so this is, it is weirdly disconnected, but it works, I must say.
Robert, for you, it must have been I guess, a dream, I don't know, to have all these different actors to play off, but always on a one-on-one, really on that level in this film. What was that like for you to do that?
It was great as well, and also on a kind of level playing field. It wasn't like anyone could use any kind of crutch that they had as an actor. I mean, even people who've done 100 movies, so it's a very strange environment to work in, especially inside the limo. And then also with Paul, who I love all the stuff he's done. He was terrified about it. I mean, it's not exactly like anything he's done before, and it's very his stuff was almost more intimidating than mine. I mean, it's kind of because he had to be really rapid fire and all over the place, whereas I had more of a kind of steady journey. So there's always a kind of evening out thing, which is really great. But as soon as I saw when the cast was developing, I was amazed by it.
Do you both have an aversion to limos now?
I kind of like them more, to be honest.
Yeah, really. Of course, our limo was a set when you're inside it, and it would be nice to have a real limo that worked that way. I'd go for that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
Mind you, I like Vespas too, so it's a whole other thing.
It's the next one.
Yeah.
If you're only on a Vespa.
Vespa limo. I can see it
That would be
now.
kind of cool.
I think somebody's going to build one right now.
Definitely, that's for sure. Robert, with the Twilight movies now coming to an end, you'll have one more round of press and that's it. Can you look back and tell me what has been the most memorable or amazing experience after going through this whole thing for you?
Probably getting the job. That's always the most memorable experience as an actor. It's like I remember it really, really clearly. Yeah, doing it is a whole different thing. But
take me back. What happened? I don't think I ever asked you that when you actually got that job. Why did you get it?
I just auditioned. I mean, it was like I was completely broke, and I was sleeping on my agent's couch, and I'd been. It was the first time I'd sent an email to a director as well to say like, I really want to do it. I think I'm the best to do it. I'd never done it. Or since.
I didn't get that.
I know. But
Quite the
yeah.
contrary.
But it's funny getting this at the end. Like I got it 3 weeks before I finished the last one, where I was really, really concerned with having done 5 movies. Everyone, even the reviews of this, it's like he's a corporate vampire. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, and then so you think I've got to do something where you do a smaller part, like to kind of dissipate my public perception a little bit. And then getting this out of nowhere was kind of a similar feeling. And then going to Cannes and all this stuff, it's sort of, it's completely crazy. It's like the same, to be honest, like kind of a pretty similar feeling to go from one entirely different place to another.
Well, we're glad that David cast you. You did a fantastic job.
Thanks
and
a lot.
Another great movie.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations
Thanks
and best
very
of
much.
luck with it to you both.
Thanks a lot.